This video is about traveling nursing. The majority of the videos on my channel are in Spanish, but I decided to do this one in English, like I said, so a larger community can come and find out about traveler in nursing. When I first heard about traveling nursing, I was very amazed about how nurses can go from state to state and work abroad and earn money. There was a story actually about a nurse that went to California and another one that went to Hawaii, and they were working 3/12 shift, and when they were off out of the hospital, they used to go to the beach. So pretty much they used to get a vacation and get paid for it. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? So to make the long story short, I started as a traveler after a full-time position that it was a really good job. It was a very well-known hospital. Many nurses wanted to come and work in that hospital, and because I'm enlightened, I guess I have lucky, I was actually part of that hospital in that organization. It was very good. And back in the time when I decided to be a traveler, many people went against me, like all the decisions I have been making in my life. Everybody was against it, like I was putting in jeopardy my career. Like, how come I'm gonna quit all my benefits, insurance, 401k, 403b. It was a safe paycheck. I already knew the staff, the unit, all the commodities that nurses get when you are a full-time. So everybody, even at work, it was like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Why would you take a travel position if you are a full-time nurse? I decided to go ahead and I jumped. And the first assignment was in Jacksonville, Florida. I was amazed about how different the policies, even though it was in the same state, the policies were so much differences, like how to take an IV. I've been a cath lab nurse and an OR nurse, and I was like trying to start a procedure in a certain way, and they were like, no way, don't do it like that. Don't do it like that, because here is done differently. And I was in this hospital that techs, RCIS techs, they were really empowered. So they used to take command, they used to take charge over the patient flows, which I wasn't used to. So because I was a foreigner, I was a person that was invited to this magnet hospital, and I was the first traveler there. Everybody was like, hey, how are you? How's it going? How is it to be a traveler? Oh my God, I want to become a traveler. Because that's the thing, when you're a traveler and you go to a hospital, everyone there wants to know how to become a traveler. Because everyone wants to do it, but nobody has the guts to do it. Why? Because of the commodities I just told you about. Like, people wants to have 401k, 403b, a safe paycheck, and health insurance. That's true for most of us. Who doesn't want to have that, right? But yeah, if you want to overcome yourself, you have to take a risk. So I took it. And yeah, so everyone was talking to me. Everyone was asking me questions like, how is this possible? How could you do that? What's your next step? What city have you been? Where are you going? Oh my God, tell me everything, right? So I was there, and I extended my contract, because after 3 months, normally as a traveler, you get a 13-week assignment, which is a 3-month contract. And then you would get most 2 to 3 weeks orientation. And after that orientation, you are on your own. So you gotta know you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what's coming. You have to be able to manage yourself in difficult situations, especially in my unit, because I'm a cath lab nurse. So after 2 weeks orientation, I was on call. So I would just take the pager and be on call and, wait for the best, right? So so you have to have experience first to be a traveler, and then knowing the business is key, because many people in this business will try to rip you off. There's a lot of middlemen and they just want to know if you would like to come with them. They will promise you a lot of stuff. There's a lot of bad agencies out there. I work with like 6 agencies, and I can tell you which one is the worst and which one is the best. You have to do your own research and dig very deep, because they are bad agencies. They will promise you a lot of stuff, and then when you get to the hospitals, there's no support. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to talk to. I went once to a hospital, and the people in the hospital, it was like, they were like, oh, you're supposed to start today? I thought it was like next month. And I was like, no, I'm here. And nobody was waiting for me. I have to go to this process, waiting the whole day in HR, and then they will program me nursing orientation. It was a whole mess. And I have to admit that this is the responsibility of the nursing agency, because let's be honest, most of them, they're not nurses. So they contract other different staff, and they will put other people to work in different hospitals, and that's the problem. So they don't know how nurses work. I remember going into this cath lab, and I was like asking this recruiter, okay, how much I'm gonna be paid by hour just to be on call? And it was lost. It's on call? What are you talking about on call? So I'm a cath lab nurse. I know that I have to take call. So how much is the pay to be on call? Those questions you have to ask, because they will rip you off. So they will get paid, let's say $10. They will get paid through the hospitals $10, and they will pay you $3. They will keep $7, even on the hours that you are on call. How come this is possible? This is a rip-off. That's why I want to try and put this nursing agency to get rid of all those middlemen and give all the money to nurses, but it's very difficult to make. Hopefully one day I will do. But okay, let's continue about this whole traveling thing, right? I'm there, and people, after the 13 weeks, 3 months contract, you have 2 options. The hospital most likely will ask you to extend. If they like you, and you like the place, you like the people, you like the manager, like them enough, you can stay for 3 more months. I've been able to negotiate and extend I can stay for 2 more weeks. I could stay for 1 more month, or if you want something like secure, like you wanna grasp that contract, you can say, okay, I will stay for 3 more months, and then they will offer more. I've been in hospitals that they have extended me for about a year, 3 months at a time. And this is good and bad. Why? Because I noticed that after 3 months, the drama that you're running away from those full-time positions, you know how nursing is, like, oh, everybody is with all this drama, getting mad one day for no reason and treating you bad and gossiping around. That BS happens everywhere. When you're a traveler and you're walking in, you're totally new. Everyone likes you pretty much, right? But after 3 months, people start getting into trust with you, and they start showing you a little bit of drama. And then that's the time when they're gonna start showing you bad faces for like, oh, you didn't pass me the blanket, or stupid things, and they will be mad at you for some reason. Which is good, because that says that they trust you. I mean, you're part of the team. But it's bad because you're running away from that. When I leave the full time to take the travel position, that was one of the reasons, but it wasn't the main reason. The main reason was because I wanted to do something else. I wanted to go big, improve my skills, because this is another asset of being a traveler. You will learn a lot. Remember that I told you, even though it's in the same state, the facility will have totally different policies for you to do stuff. So this way of learning new ways to do something will teach you a lot of things. That your knowledge will increase, your resume will go big and shine. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have at least 6 to 7 job offers every day, and they stop because they know me, and the way, because I don't want to close any bridges. So every time a recruiter calls me, I tell them I'm in a contract right now, so keep me posted. I talk to you in 3 months, because you never know. You don't want to close that door. You don't want to let's say you take a full-time position, which is the third aspect I want to talk to you about this travel. If you want to come into this big facility, the best hospital that you always wanted to be, you know it's impossible. It's impossible because 3,000 people will apply to one position, and then out of those 3,000 they will select 100. Out of those 100 they will call 10. Out of those 10 they will interview 3, and out of those 3 sometimes they don't even pick one of them because an internal candidate, somebody from the, let's say, the floor telemetry, wants to become a CCU nurse, and that was the CCU position opens for you. You didn't take it. You couldn't take it because it's very hard. So the best way to get in is being a traveler, because those hospitals, when they have a maternal leave, somebody gets a family leave, an injury, or they are going into a crazy new procedures stuff, you know, opening new rooms, things like that, they need staff, reliable people that they can trust, train in 4 weeks, 3 weeks, and they can be working on their own. They need travelers. So if you are a traveler and you get a contract in the hospital that you want to be, like, oh my God, this is a hospital, that's your time to shine. Because I have to tell you this, every hospital I've been, all of them, they have offered me a full-time position. All of them. At least they will say, oh, stay per diem at least. No, I want to be a traveler. That was my answer. Until I got this amazing opportunity that it changed my life. But yeah, so that's the way to get into the best hospitals that you want to. The fourth thing, and it's the least, is like the pay. I mean, you get more money because you're not getting benefits. You get free tax money, and I will explain that to you in a minute. So how you get, some agencies, they do pay the benefits, okay? They give you health insurance, and they're good health insurance depending on the agency. There are health insurance from agencies that they're suck. They're bad. They don't even cover you on the ED. You have to pay your whole thing. But that's another story. What I have to tell you is it's like some good agencies, they do have benefits and they pay you benefits. I've been with those agencies, and the insurance covers everyone in your family. It's active. The first paycheck is amazing. I don't know how that works, and it's not that expensive as you might think. So you will still make more money, have your benefits. And I know nurses that they work with an agency and they go stay and they keep that agency because the agency pays the 401k after 1 year. They give you health insurance. They reimburse whatever. They even give you vacation. After 3 assignments with them, they give you like a free week paid. I mean, that's amazing. It's great. I've been with those agencies and they are the best. They have a recruiter for you. They have somebody that knows the hospital, and that person calls you separate and explains you everything. Sometimes they even send a person to wait for you in the hospital on your first day, and he will walk you to avoid that situation that I just mentioned before. That's the story about all the benefits that you get as a traveler. I mean, I would say as a con that as a traveler, if you have a family, it's gonna be tough for you. You're gonna see them maybe twice a month because you'll be away all the time. But I don't know, maybe you're single, maybe you have 2 years of experience, you wanna explore the US, and you can go. And this is not all about traveling. You can even go to Guam, which is an island super far away. You can go to Virgin Islands, which they pay good and the life is all beachy, super cool and nice. Increase your knowledge. That's the best thing. What else can I tell you about traveling? I have this friend I met in a hospital. He was also a traveler, and he told me that he went abroad to Dubai and worked as a CRNA. He was a CRNA. He did traveling for a while. He went there just to train doctors and nurses, and he was paid about $20,000 a month. It was like $5,000 a week or something after taxes. It was unbelievable. He got paid. The room was paid. He had an interpreter everywhere. Yeah, he had somebody showing the culture and all that. It was an amazing experience for him. I don't have time for that. My career goes a different way. But if that's something that you're really interested to, go ahead, because I do have, sometimes I receive job offers from recruiters that they want to take nurses from America to England because they require nurses for certain departments with certain experience to train their nurses. So this is something else. Another good gig as a traveler is to be a strike nurse. I don't recommend that because, I mean, strike nurse, what you guys think it is? It's like many fellow nurses, full-time nurses, are striking because they feel something is oppressive, it's against them, it's unsafe, and they just wanna make their voice to be here, right? And then you're just gonna come because you're getting paid a lot, and then you're gonna cover for them. I mean, I haven't done that, but I got job offers paying even $4,000 a week to be a strike nurse. I mean, $4,000 a week is like $8,000 because when nurses go to strike, they don't last longer. I mean, it's gonna be 3 days, it's gonna be a week, it's gonna be 2 weeks. Sometimes you can stay there longer just because, just in case, but that's the whole. And that's it. I used to be an Epic super user. I did that as well as a traveler. I work with Epic. You know, when EHR goes into a transition and then they want somebody to train nurses. So I have Epic experience. I really know Uptime, Cupid, Clean Dog. There's a lot of knowledge that I have about Epic, and I used to work with Epic and training other nurses. That's another thing I did, and it was pretty amazing. It's well paid. The problem with that job, that's the only problem, is like, I mean, you have to do full overtime. You get crazy amount of money. It's unbelievable, but you work like 15 days straight, and then you will go hotel to hotel and change cities like crazy. I mean, in 3 months I did like 4-5 different go live experiences, and in all of them I was in different hotels. I was back and forth with a suitcase. It was pretty crazy. You don't have time much to know the city. You have some time, but not much. For those who stay to the end in this video, I'm gonna share with you the salary as a traveler RN. Is gonna be presented in a fancy chart. It's gonna be compared to a full-time nurse, and I'm gonna do it with 2 states. So thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry if I made any mistake. Probably somebody has better information with you, but this is pretty fresh. This is 2020. I'm an active traveler and I've been there. So stay tuned. Blessings. Bye.